Good afternoon, my little babies. That's Mr. Messy up there. And I come with a sad heart because a couple of more brothers have been killed near Chicago in Joliet, Illinois. They were killed by two women and two men, and they were um, cut up, strangled and cut up. And then the guys played video games in the day. Well, what happened is one of the girls, her conscience was bothering her, and she went to the police and told them what happened. Now, most of you all know my main thing for being up on this computer has been the murders in Chicago. Most of you know that. And you can go look at my videos when I was asking the president to help, when I was pleading to stop the murders in Chicago. Stop the murders. This murder was a messy murder. Although I don't really like to point out black and white, and you know whenever I make a video, I keep it correct. I leave the profanity out of it, and it's not X-rated. I want you to go to your searcher mode, and I'm going to put it at the bottom, and I want you to put murders in Joliet, and I'll put down how to spell it. These all four were white. That's real rare in Chicago because out of the 500 and some murders, it was mostly black men on black men, or black women on black women, or on children. Remember, you can go into my list, and I have the list of the murders. Judy, Grandma have always made most of my videos dealing with the crime in Chicago. And you can't say, well, she just did it, because it's dated there. And most people tell me, oh, why are you worried about the killings in Chicago? Don't worry about it. But I'm going to tell you this, my little sweeties. It seems like when a white person does something to us, or some white people do horrible things to us, then we become all alarmed. But if this had been four black guys who chopped up and killed two other black guys, no one would care. No one would care, except maybe the family of the two. Judy cares. Aka Judy cares. And my videos prove that I care. I had people that come to me and says, oh, I'm sick of you talking about the murders in Chicago. I got emails on that. I didn't share it with you. And I didn't care if they were sick of me talking about the murders in Chicago. I will talk about the murders in Chicago till the last breath leaves my body. And not only do I talk about it, I offered solutions. I said, look, grab these guys off the street, put them in the military, because if they want to shoot and kill that much, do it. Of course, don't put no real bullets in their guns, and I mean that because they'll just shoot each other. Let them shoot blanks. Like I wish when they're making all these babies, they were shooting blanks also. I mean, Grandma gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. So this was a messy murder. I don't see how one of the guys was supposed to be friends with the three. So my God, if you can't trust your friends that they gonna bring you to the house and do this to, what can you do? And one of the boys, his father is a police sergeant or something. You read it. But I just want to let you know that I do care about the murders in Chicago, and I think you should care about the murders wherever you live. Put them on blast. Because I'm constantly putting the murders in Chicago on blast. And another thing that I'll put on blast, if I see anything on this YouTube where I feel a child is in danger, I'm going to put that on blast too. Because as you know, I'm a teacher. I'm retired. And we have to sign an oath that we have to notify the Department of Children and Family Services if we see anything out the way. And believe me, I've had to do it. There was one little girl, I'm going to share this story with you. She's a 5th grader. Her biological father was molesting her, having sex with her before she could even leave to go to school in the morning. One day, the mother walked in and caught them. She didn't have a job. She had a baby. But she did call the police and reported her own husband, which got rid of her income. But I'm going to tell you, it had a happy ending in a sense. The girl is getting treatment. The mother is getting help where she can get a career to support her kids. And I hope her father's in prison. And I hope in the future that she'll be able to marry a decent man and a man that won't molest their daughters or their sons. Believe me, you got to watch your kids. I don't care who's around them, friends, relatives, anything. Watch your kids. Do the research on the internet and see how many children have been molested by their own family members. Do the research. It's here. And black women, I want to come up and tell you, you're beautiful. Don't let anyone ever tell you you're nothing. And remember that B word? Remember I told you what it means when they call you the B word? It means being in total control here. Remember that. Don't get upset by people calling you names and everything like that. Because when people put videos on here and they're cursing out people and making fun of people, who does that reflect badly upon? Does it reflect badly upon the person they're talking about? Or does it reflect badly upon them? So every video that you put out, I'm proud of every video I've put out because I have been respectful. I called a spade a spade. And one thing that I really like about this is that I've gotten so many friends who have been writing me and asking me questions. And one day I think I'm going to have a section called Grandma. One lady wrote the sweetest thing. She says, you know what, Grandma, we love you. And you're like the grandma of YouTube because I lost my grandma. You're so sweet. And I want to tell her, thank you, darling. I try to be sweet. But I'm a Scorpio. And you don't mess with a Scorpio. You know that Scorpio sting. And I know how to come on here and represent myself like the elegant lady I am. And I want to tell you, I'm not just getting up here now talking about the murders. Go look at all my old videos. My videos are not blasting black men. My videos are not calling black men all kind of nasty names. My videos are uplifting. My videos are trying to educate. I don't spoon feed you. I might tell you about a person. I tell you, go read about it. And that's my only reason here. Whatever money I may get from ads, I told you, that goes to charity. Because I don't need it. I don't need it. In fact, I don't even quite understand that ad thing anyway because they keep beeping me and telling me, fill this out. I fill the stuff out. But I'm not going to let them change my format. I don't want a penny if you want me to trash my black men. I don't want a penny because the black man, the sweeter, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I love you, black man. I love you. Because we're the mother and fathers of civilization. The rest of the people are our kids. I love you. You can look it up. Africa is the cradle of civilization. Everything comes from the color black. So to those 4 people who murdered that guy, I don't know how you can really live with yourself. To the people who took the 511 lives last year and it's growing again this year, I don't know how you can live with yourself. To the people who will trash black women, I don't know how you can live with yourself. But grandma is at peace. I can live with myself. I'm almost like Dr. King in a sense of saying, I've been to the mountaintop and I looked over. And don't worry, we as a people will get to the promised land. Just remember that. And don't forget Mr. Messy, because this was a messy situation that went on in Joliet. Just messy. So go there and get the Roger Hargraves books for your children. Remember I told you about that. They love them. They love them. One day grandma's going to read a story to you. And guess what? One day grandma's going to get out some of her journals. Because remember I told you I've kept journals since I was 15 years old. So I was born in 1942. So you know what, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. No, these journals are from 1957 to the present. I keep oral journals. I keep video journals. And I keep cassette journals. I mean, I have everything. And I would suggest you do that too. When you're upset, sometimes your friends don't want to hear you complaining. Just go in a room, like I told you, put on some classical music, and just speak from your heart. You don't have to share this with the videos, with the YouTube world. Just keep it to your heart, in your heart. Keep it in your heart. It's between you and God. See, sometimes you can't tell even your best friend all your business. Look how much good friends Oprah and Gail are. If they ever fall out, who would be the loser? Oprah. Because Gail is just famous by being associated with Oprah. But if Gail decided she wanted to open the library, in case you don't know what open the library is, the kids taught me that. That means when you tell your business to so many people, that when they get angry with you, they'll spread it to everybody, even add stuff to it. So just remember that. The old people told me about that. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. You know, the old people told me that. You know, so I learned that lesson real early. Keep my friends, with my enemies close, and keep my friends even closer. Because people who are your friends could be your enemy tomorrow. So this is just some more grandma wisdom. You know I love you. And some people, I'm sorry when you told me you got messy grandmothers. But just remember this. If a person's a mess when they're born, when they're a mess at 8 years old, when they're a mess at 18, that's just their personality. They're going to be a mess until someone puts them in the grave or in the crematorium. But if you live a good life and try to help people, you know, again, I go back to Dr. King. When he said, when I'm gone, don't talk about all the awards I have. Say that Dr. Martin Luther King tried to help somebody. And if you're not helping anybody, you're not doing anything. And I have helped. Another old saying is, don't brag about what you've done. But I tell you, I have given away lots of money from my excess now. I ain't crazy. I'm going to take care of grandma. And I've been that way since I was a little bitty girl. I've been that way since I was a little bitty girl. And I'm not no fool, because a lot of people come up and try to get money from me. I was a fool for a 6'6" guy for about a day. He asked me could he use my credit card because he was kind of raggedy. And I let him use my credit card, but I said, well, you got to make the payments on it. Well, to make sure he didn't make the payments, and this is when I'm in my 20s, to make sure he didn't have to make the payments, he showed up at the dance with another woman. So that's why I'm so glad I kept my, and then called up later, about a year later, crying, telling me he wanted me back. All I gotta say is, Grandma been through it. I know what you're going through, ladies. But guess what happened? When he did that, I won the lottery. And it was much more. And I think that's why he was calling me back when he found out I had won the lottery. And but you don't forget what people did to you. So don't need to coming back trying to get back in. Remember you said you reap what you sow. Okay, this is 15 minutes. I don't want to talk this long, but I want to let you know somebody cares about the murders in Chicago. And don't be marching on the street, because these are white people that did this horrendous crime to these two black men. And my condolences to their family. But march for every murder. Every life is precious. That's all Grandma have to say. You know I love you, love you, love you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. And have a good day.